Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I want to speak to you guys about the altered states economy. Now those of you who aren't familiar with the altered states economy, first of all you've got to go back and check out Steven Kotler and Jamie Wheal's work. Alright, they're the authors of Stealing Fire, and they speak about this idea of an altered states economy. The altered states economy says that the US spends around $4 trillion in getting people out of their heads. So what are the kinds of things that we spend money on? We spend money on personal growth, we spend money on drugs, illicit or licit, we spend money on media, social media, IMAX, porn, or we spend money on recreation, action sports, gambling, EDM. So most of the money that is being spent to induce transient hypofrontality, which means you're shutting down the prefrontal cortex so that inner critic shuts offline, and then you can actually thrive. This is why we are at an age of productivity and peak potential. Let's start to understand this in a little bit more depth. There are 4 states of ecstasis according to the Flow Genome Project, Steven Kotler and Jamie Wheal. First is psychology, secondly we have neurobiology, then we have pharmacology, and then we have technology. If you are working in one of these fields, it's going to do tremendous for you. Psychology is about moving beyond the socially defined identity, stepping outside the monkey suits of our waking selves. Higher states of personal development have been demystified, and now we have data-driven models to help us navigate this world. Neurobiology is understanding what happens in our brains and in our bodies when we're going into these altered states. The sharpened perspective allows us to strip away interpretation of the past gatekeepers and allow understanding the mechanics of transcendence. Pharmacology gives us another tool by treating the most powerful neurochemicals on the planet. These are the raw ingredients, the recipes for peak experiences. They call it the cookbook of Kaikion. Technology brings this access to scale. Whether we're relying on flow producing neurofeedback or VR, these turn these epiphanies that we have into experiences. More people experiencing more means more data, and with more data means more conclusions.
This research has been done by Flow Genome Project. I don't take any of that credit.
To understand what Jamie Wheal said, he said, most of us are tired, wired, stressed, and constantly reflexive. And so he said, don't die wondering. Don't die wondering if there's more to life with a capital M. He said, these peak experiences leave us feeling a glimpse of something greater. And he said, though it may sound esoteric, isn't that what life is all about? The flow state is $1 trillion economy. We pay people who help us get into flow state or are in flow state. Notice this. Why do we pay for a concert? The artist performing on stage is in flow. We feel that flow, that group flow on a mass scale. Why do we pay to watch a movie? Same reason. The actor brings us into a flow state, this feeling of ecstasis. Why do we pay athletes? Because an athlete is in flow state. They're in momentum. They're producing something that makes them want to win. These so-called entertainers are helping the serotonin levels of the entire planet. They're keeping us entertained, meaning they're helping the serotonin levels of the entire planet. You might not like Kim Kardashian, but you're still entertained by her, and you still buy magazines with her in it. They're producing these neurochemicals, and that gets us to use our mirror neurons, and we see these people getting into flow, and that's why we pay them more. Okay, someone asked me a question. Why don't teachers, engineers, scientists get paid like the celebrities of the world, like the actors and the athletes of the world? Now, this is my own interpretation in answering this question, so take what I say with a grain of salt and come to your own conclusion about this. But this is my understanding. Take the Dark Ages in the instance. If you had celebrities in the Dark Ages, you would just have the court jesters. There was no such thing as an entertainer. Alright, when the golden ages hit, now cinema was being born. Now the entertainer had a voice with which to speak and transcend. And this is why we go towards art, because art isn't only created at the bad times, like in the Renaissance. Art is also created in the good times. Art is just always been created. And it's always been necessary for people to incorporate art, even in the most logical and basic tasks. The most mathematical and excruciating tasks requires some creativity. It became this battle of talent versus capital. One of my theories is that these entertainers, the new age YouTuber or the Instagrammer or the entrepreneur, these people aren't going by the basic norm of how things are done. The entrepreneur sees the world differently. As an entrepreneur, I firmly believe that. And any entrepreneurs watching, they'd agree with you. They're the risk takers. Their ability to go out there in the world and create something from nothing. They're the true mystics of the world. Even the psychologists back in the day, the ancients, looked at the sages as psychologists, as someone who could study the dreams and interpret them and bring the ethereal down to the material. But now psychology nowadays is just like, oh, download this app. It's going to help you with your mental health. That's not psychology. Psychology is substance, is depth, is going into the layers of your own darkness and in your own mind and figuring something out and cracking the safe of the mind to get you back to where you are, get you thriving from coping. This is why I chose positive psychology as my aspiration, because I saw there was something greater outside of the normal paradigm of mental health, and mental health has been suffering since a long time. Suicide rates are up. They've always been up. People are having a lot of trouble coming to terms with their own mind and gaining power over it. I believe it's a law of nature. It's like the peacock. The peacock has more chance to get seen by others, but it's also more danger. All the enemies see them. The peacock can get attacked at any time, but at the same time, it still chooses to speak its truth and be seen. So I believe it's a law of nature to be seen. And the more you are seen by others, the more you are getting paid. The more exposure, the more reach that you have, the more you are getting paid. And yes, you could talk to me about income inequality. I believe there is this as well. This has all happened because of a broad structure of force. And we also get what we expect. That's the Pygmalion effect. And we also glorify these celebrities as the halo effect. Okay, I'm dropping psychology effects on you to actually get you to realize the truth of what matters. People back in the day who were at the top position would be able to dictate the terms of their own professions. This is where it all changed. This is where the dynamic shifted. Talent versus capital. Because you had these top models saying, I'm going to leave this job, I don't need you guys. That much confidence, that much charisma, where they said, no, we need you more than you need us. Please come back. You're a commodity, wait. It's supply and demand. We love the celebrities, we love these people. But right now, the tides have shifted. The celebrity isn't as, quote unquote, popular or woke anymore. But it's these regular people getting on YouTube and Instagram and creating celebrities of themselves. A celebrity comes from the word solemn ceremony. I keep telling you guys this. So it's a sacred thing to be a celebrity. It's not self-proclaimed, and you cannot self-proclaim yourself as an influencer. Alright? First of all, learn the powers of influence. First of all, take a stand for social entrepreneurship to change things around. These people who are in charisma, who are in flow state, we pay them more because we just notice there's this life force, and money is nothing but energy, my friends. It's just energy. So if something takes our attention away, of course we're giving it more energy, right? So that's why we live in an attention economy. We pay people that take our attention away. And that's one thing to just seek attention, just for the sake of getting attention. You're, hey, look at me, buddy. Hey, look, I'm doing this cool thing over here. Haha. And it's another thing to be in your core truth and experience and cascade words to an audience where they're impacted by just a video. That's the true difference. And I know I'm coming off a little bit aggressive in this video, but I'm very passionate about this topic. We turn athletes and actors into zillionaires and icons in society. Because that's one of the sicknesses of society. We value the wrong things. We value a bikini-clad model on the runway, but we don't value the teacher doing the hard work behind the scenes. We don't value the coach behind the scene, getting those people into the spotlight. So if you have a talent, go for it. You'll never know if you don't find out. You'll never know if you don't take that shot. If this is meant for you. If this is your dharma, your pathway, your truth. And in the acting field, I mean, it's who you know. A lot of great actors and actresses, I'm sure, they'll never make it to a mainstream audience because of this one reason. They don't have the connection with the top names. An athlete plays for an entire day. They warm up. They play the game. And the rules of the game are very easily understood by the common man. A movie actor makes a movie. Maybe takes an hour or so. 3 hours if you're watching Bollywood. And all that money spent on advertising and marketing them. The visibility is crazy, right? But for a scientist or somebody who's an engineer, the common man does not know what you're talking about. They would have to go through hundreds of research papers to know what you're talking about. You see, a lot of scientists don't simplify what they're saying, so people don't get it. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Why do we like him? Because we can understand him. He simplifies things. He used to teach kids, for Pete's sake. I had to realize this hard truth. I have so much encyclopedic information, but if people don't understand me, the message isn't going to come through. I water down a lot of my information because I understand that's the way that it reaches a wide audience. It's not a bad thing. You've got to work with the current and not against it. Politician says something for an hour. All the newscasters are covering the same story. The crowd responds. The more polarity, the crowd responds even more. News is sensationalist as well. They love being in a flow state. They love that risk. It bleeds, it leads. Yes, Medea was the Greek goddess of illusion. Media is illusion. Musicians, same thing. They perform on stage, all that visibility. All the people at that concert, they know that one song. They're singing along to that one song because they heard it one day, sitting in their living room one day, nodding their head to it, but now they're finally there to experience this holy star on the stage. And you know, I've met these celebrities, I've met these people, and you know the most common response that I've gotten from these people on stage? What they've told me? Man, I'm no different from you. Don't glorify me. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm just here to do what I do. So let that illusion break right now, okay? Let that blurry facade of, oh, I met insert celebrity name here today. I met a bunch of celebrities throughout my life. And I will continue to do so. But that's not the point. The point is that scientists, engineers, the teachers, they try to make a dream into a reality. The celebrities or the entertainers or the entrepreneurs, they make reality into a dream. Run it back and hear that again. Scientists don't entertain, they discover. And it's not understood by the common man. To praise a thing, that knowledge must be mainstream. Take Thomas Alva Edison as an example, one of the unsung heroes. We'd still be living in the jungle if it weren't for that man. And yes, besides what we know about Tesla, the great man himself as well. Shout out to you. But Edison, there's a common quote of his failure. Trying 1,000 different ways. And those different ways didn't work. But that one way worked. And he kept moving forward. So persistence is the secret, guys. Keep going is the secret. More enthusiasm means more eyes on you because you're creating much more flow state in the audience, which equals more exposure. If a scientist made a YouTube channel and spoke his truth, that's a different story. Why are movie stars paid? They're seen worldwide. That's why they're paid. We as humans are fixated. I'm becoming an alien form right now. We as humans are fixated on paying people we see more. It's a strange universal law. The authentic change makers are going to take over celebrity culture very soon. It's going to be the dark ages again and then the golden ages again. Mark my words on this. It's already the dark ages right now. Weird things are happening with the economy. Job culture is changing. Impact is changing. People are turning to podcasts for the news. Some people are rich and they can also buy SEO, right? Search engine optimization, and actually get them to appear at the top. So what you're searching for is all based on an algorithm, all right? Now this isn't to make you sad about this. This is to get you to recognize this so you can use it to your advantage. For the real change makers out there who actually want to use this knowledge for making a change in this world. Celebrity culture is slowly dying, bro. I mean, look at Hollywood right now. All right, they're getting outed. You know my uncle? Shout out to you, Uncle A, man. He studied anthropology, but he uses that wisdom in marketing. And it comes across as an energy. Like, I don't mean to shout you out, Uncle A, in this video, but I know your mindset, man. You have an abundance mindset. You will like pay for everybody in a meal and we won't even know it. We'll ask the waiters, he'll be like, it's already paid for. That's a power move, all right? So abundance is a mindset. Again, I want you guys to come back to this. Abundance is a mindset. Abundance is a mindset. So yeah, the purpose of this video today is just to get you aware about the altered states economy. Look into it. I would revisit Stealing Fire and also take your own power back. Because this celebrity culture has a lot of us brainwashed. Be your own star. Bruce Lee said, I am not a star. I am an actor. There's a difference. So this is my truth. I hope this video resonates with you today. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay legend.